The Miami Gambit. It was a warm December evening in Miami, the kind where the golden sunset melted into the ocean, and the scent of salt and grilled seafood lingered in the air. But inside a modest, cozy home, an old man sat in his recliner, staring at the ceiling fan spinning lazily above him. He sighed heavily, then reached for the phone and dialed his son in New York. "Hello, David, it's your father," he said, his voice carrying the weight of a man burdened by years of frustration. "Listen, your mother and I are getting divorced. 45 years of misery is enough." A long silence, then an explosion. "Dad, what are you talking about?" David practically shouted into the phone, knocking over a coffee mug in the process. "We can't stand the sight of each other any longer," his father continued, his tone matter of fact. "I'm sick of her nagging, she's sick of my snoring, and frankly, I'm tired of discussing it. Call your sister in Chicago and tell her," he said, and without another word, hung up. David sat there, stunned. His parents had been together for what seemed like forever. Sure, they bickered like all old couples did, but divorce? He could already picture his mother sitting on the couch, shaking her head at his father's latest antics. Something didn't add up. Without wasting another second, he called his sister, Lisa, in Chicago. "Lisa, we have a serious problem," he said the moment she picked up. "Yeah? Well, so do I," she muttered. "My car won't start. My kid has the flu, and Dad says they're getting divorced." Silence. Then, Lisa's voice returned, sharp and furious. "Like hell they are." Before David could get another word in, she hung up. Seconds later, the phone rang in Miami. The old man picked it up, smirking. "You're not getting divorced," Lisa's voice boomed through the receiver. "Don't do another thing. The two of us are flying down tomorrow to talk about this. Until then, don't call a lawyer, don't file a paper. Do you hear me?" And just as quickly, she hung up. The old man set the phone down and turned to his wife, who sat calmly knitting by the window, her lips twitching with amusement. "Well?" she asked, without looking up. The old man grinned. "They're coming for Christmas," he said, folding his arms behind his head. "And they're paying their own airfares." And just like that, the holiday plans were set.